Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the Dysfunctional podcast.
Yay!
I'm Ryan.
Howdy.
And we have a special guest.
A very special guest today.
Sarah Anderson
Yay!
from
Wow.
San
Chanel.
Clemente, California.
No.
Inventor of sand.
The inventor of Howdy and Yeehaw, that's for sure.
Sarah's actually a top executive at Apple, and we thought she could provide some really interesting insights.
Yeah,
Sarah,
and I'm actually really offended because you're using a Microsoft computer right now recording this.
Stop telling them what our setup is!
Sarah, we don't let them know that we're poor and we're filming this on a futon.
On a sad futon.
No one said anything about a
This
futon.
is a great futon.
No, it actually is. Is it from IKEA?
No, it's not.
Oh,
That's
damn.
from IKEA.
IKEA's a magical place.
IKEA is a magical place.
We still have to go to IKEA and mukbang. Mukbang.
Dear God.
No, because the IKEA cafeteria is like the best place on planet Earth. Because
cheap ice cream,
great meatballs, great food, all around.
I've never been to the
cheesecake.
I've been to an IKEA. I've never been to an IKEA cafeteria before.
Well, you haven't lived.
The only reason I go to IKEA.
Guys, we should do a 24-hour IKEA challenge and post it on whatever we post our podcast.
We try to stay overnight in IKEA.
Dude, we probably could.
We just pretend that we're lost.
Oh hell yeah! You could just like lay under a bed.
Break into the cafeteria and survive off the meatballs.
Oh, it's facts.
You could live forever.
Those meatballs? Yeah, actually, Swedish people literally don't age either, so it's probably
Sarah, I don't know about
it's
that.
probably the
I think it's
meatballs.
I think Iceland, like they did like a study, and I saw a city in Iceland like the happiest like place in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all those like socialist countries. Literally.
Okay, stop. We're not.
No. I don't think America should be.
Look. We're not saying that communism is the best system there is, which it is.
But it's good.
Besides the point.
No,
I mean, young Stalin. Stalin was pretty cute.
I mean,
with a lot of our female friends, there's a strange obsession with young Stalin. I guess he was.
That's facts.
He's quite the attractive young man.
I mean,
he killed more people than Hitler, but that's besides the point.
That doesn't matter.
He's hot, man.
I shouldn't be laughing.
I mean, Zac
Efron.
Efron's playing Ted Bundy, so like, I guess there's just attractive men being murderers.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Well, that's unfortunate.
You know, I keep admiring this light in your room, Stan.
I mean, hey, you can change it. Like that's what that cube is for.
Oh, you can
just grab that cube.
Just so you guys know, there's this nice light system inside the room we're recording in. We're not gonna describe it because it's weird. It's like triangles and stuff. But
yeah.
Whoa, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty vibey.
Wow.
Thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, and like
you know, you got the lights off.
Stop
bring
talking.
ladies home.
Stop talking about stuff.
There is a romance mode on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Whoa, Christmas.
If you flip it to a certain side, it like turns the lights like romantic.
Oh, that's what this is for?
Oh yeah, and then there's one setting where it's like it depends on the noise in the room and it.
Oh, and it goes with like.
Yeah. So you can like play music and stuff.
That's fancy stuff, right?
Oh
there,
yeah,
right?
it's nice.
Damn, Sam.
I know.
Got the ladies.
Stop flexing on us!
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why when the ladies come, I just flip it to number 2. And
number 2.
The romance mode. That's
Damn.
Dang.
Which is quite the rare occurrence, let it be known.
Yeah.
I have been alone for about 2 years
I
now.
can hear a woman from my house a mile away.
Same with that. All from my house.
From here. And I know it's from here.
Oh, Brian, what are you up to?
Jesus.
Every night.
What happened to our good Catholic podcast?
It is good, Cal. What are you talking about? We didn't say what I was doing.
No, we were playing that freaking shot game you have, and then they were yelling.
Or we're playing Monopoly.
No, exactly.
They're just screaming because of Monopoly.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, oh no!
No, yeah, they're just using the total gym workout system getting swole in Ryan's room.
That's what everyone does. Like, we had a couple of people over here last night, and that was pretty much all that was going on.
You just all used the total gym. It was
you're
great.
all on it at once.
That's how you become strong like Chuck Norris. You seen the commercials?
I have seen the commercials
Yeah,
of Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris is a god.
He is, actually.
I hope to God I never meet him because I feel like I'll just die right there.
Just like slowly disintegrate the minute you make eye contact.
Chuck, no! He's gonna freaking Thanos snap me. He's just gonna end up
Oh my god, that's actually so true. Yeah.
Chuck, he has a child. That's what blows
Yeah,
my
and
mind.
that child.
Yeah, and his child's like really good at gymnastics. I don't know why.
Quaking.
Sarah, you're a gymnast.
I was a gymnast.
Yeah,
You were.
Sarah, what
I
happened?
was.
Tell our listeners
I
the
broke
story.
my back. I broke 5 bones in my back. I got surgery. I'm chilling now, though. You know.
We're
good.
Now
It's so good now. I mean,
Now I teach children gymnastics. You know.
How is that?
Those who can't
Yeah.
play teach.
Exactly. Those who can't play the game, they teach the game.
I'm sorry, but there's a
Exactly.
mosquito in the corner of the room that is just giving me anxiety.
Oh,
my God.
snap! I didn't even see that. That's
I hate
actually.
bugs.
Alright, mosquitoes are all over till like I swear to God.
All right,
Every
we're
time I open my
gonna
window-
pause the podcast because I have to murder this mosquito.
No, we just keep it rolling.
I kind of want to. You want to hear me murder this
Let's hear
mosquito?
it.
Yeah.
I want to
Ryan,
hear
go
mosquitoes
get something.
scream like woman.
Ryan, kill him.
Oh wait, what? I didn't hear what you said.
Dear God,
That's okay.
we're gonna have to edit this, aren't we?
No, it's fine.
I'm dying.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you guys keep.
inside.
You guys
Sarah,
keep
I know
talking
that's pretty
about
hot. We're just gonna desperately try to keep this afloat.
You know, real quick, Griffin, I'm just admiring his outfit. Griffin's wearing a pineapple shirt with some Hawaiian swim trunks, I believe.
they're board shorts. Sarah.
Board shorts.
You uncultured swine. Don't comment upon my
kinda
style
feel
if you cannot do so accurately.
I'm kind of feeling
Why
it.
do you have a
Oh
Harry
my
Potter?
God.
Ryan, why do you have a Harry
Oh
Potter
my
one?
Don't worry about it. This is like the biggest.
Ryan, no, not the wand!
Alright.
No,
I have something better.
Okay. Well, use Hermione's wand, please.
Ryan, throw a book.
This is serious.
Ryan, throw a big old,
Oh.
throw a big old book at it.
No, I like my book.
You know, fun fact, I always wanted to get, like, a black cat and name it Sirius after Sirius
Ooh,
Black.
that's
Isn't that kind of sick? Yeah.
It's hard.
Kind of cool.
Kind
You don't get out much, do you?
Yeah. Stop exposing me.
No, it's okay. I haven't seen the sun in about 2 weeks. My
Yeah.
parents locked me in the basement.
Oh, you
We'll
look
take
cool.
it the old-fashioned style.
Stanley,
Oh,
Stanley, put the belt away. This is reminding me of my dad too much.
All hell has broken.
It literally flew closer to us. Oh, it's
Jeez.
trying to get out. She's trying to get out.
Oh yeah, she's
But-
not gonna be able to
but
get
she's
out
not gonna
that
be able
way.
to get out.
Kill the mosquito. Just kill it. Kill it with fire.
Kill her. Oh, we got more of the light bulb
Problem
going
solved.
on now.
Problem
You know,
solved.
this improves the aesthetic, honestly.
Actually, yeah.
We've
Alright.
trapped the mosquito. It's hopefully going to die a painful death.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's great. Now I have the title for this podcast because the other one was kind of hard to come
Slow
up.
and painful death.
The mosquito crisis.
It's gonna come back, and we're all gonna scream.
This is way better actually.
I feel like you need to name it something after me. You need to do something country, you know, howdy, yeehaw.
No, it's usually based off something that happens
Country
in the
girl.
podcast.
I mean,
No.
We can do featuring country
Damn.
girl.
damn. You know, I'm not feeling the love right now.
Featuring wannabe country girl Sarah Anderson.
Wannabe? Oh, excuse you. Wannabe
God.
dad vacationing in Hawaii.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Just because I'm a dad bod. You know what?
No, Griffin, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. It's just, you know, it's just the pineapple shirt with those board shorts and just getting Hawaii vibes.
Why do you hate me?
No, they're good
No,
vibes. They're
Griffin.
good Hawaii vibes. Griffin, don't expose us.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Are you? Oh damn.
Oh my god.
Why is that? Why does that sound way too real?
I don't know. I'm dying. I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Oh jeez. I didn't spit.
Okay. Well,
Griffin dies. That's the name of the podcast.
yeah. So we're short intermission while Griffin is here. So let's talk about something. No. That was the topic of the last podcast.
Oh crap. Okay.
We're not gonna talk about that. Let's talk about something that's on your mind,
On
Sarah.
my mind. Dang, what is on my mind today? You know, I'm just pretty happy right now because we got a few days off for break.
We did.
You know, I feel pretty blessed. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag lucky. Hashtag.
I'm back.
All right, he's back.
Hashtag God.
I just-
Griffin's back.
Spit up a huge ball of phlegm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
That was really something beautiful.
Well, these first 9 minutes have been interesting.
Oh, you know, here's something. I feel pretty grateful to be your guys' first guest.
Wow, I know, right?
You know,
You all
I
had
feel
this
pretty grateful. you know?
I mean, Anthony did come on for 20
I mean,
minutes.
Yeah, he did.
Because he wasn't an official guest.
Yeah.
But he's. Why do I keep dying?
He was just there.
He's
you
not
know?
going to be in the title as, like, featuring...
Exactly. I'm the
Yeah.
real official guest.
No,
Anthony, screw you.
He was just a little
Okay.
little tidbit of something on the last
Yeah,
20 minutes or so.
He was a little, he was a little taste of what it would be like to
That's
you know,
exactly
have a
what I
real
said. I
guest
said
like
it's
me.
a little taste.
A little taste.
Un taste.
Yeah, so what are you doing for Easter, Sarah?
You know, I'm gonna go to church because I'm a holy girl.
Yeah.
Holy country girl.
Solid.
That's my username on Instagram.
Go to my church, pray Satan.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Griffin is actually a Satanist for all my...
No, I'm not. Stop
on
that.
The cross.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I am a proud Scientologist, okay? And I will not be offended by you two.
Lives under a blue roof. But no, I'm going to mass with my fam. I'm gonna get some food with them after, probably at my grandparents' house, you know.
Oh, which
with
grandparents?
The wealthy
Oh, the
grandparents.
wealthy.
Of course, the wealthy
affluent.
ones.
The affluent
Of course, the affluent ones, you sponge.
But,
Yeah,
oh my gosh. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. What are you guys doing?
Sitting at home and crying, hoping the big bunny man doesn't
You know what?
take me.
You guys can join. Join the fam.
I mean,
Come to my G parents' house.
I could do that, but I'm leaving the
They
state.
wouldn't like me if they're
Oh,
rich
yeah.
and white because I'm a Mexican.
No, they love Mexico.
They're gonna say
I'm kidding.
They hire them all the time.
they love their workers.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible, Griffin.
No, they love their gardeners. Yeah. No, if I walk in, they're gonna say that boy's too brown. Get him outside.
No, they're not from the South. Jesus, Griffin, you uncultured swine.
Oh my.
How am I uncultured? What is that?
No, I'm kidding. But my other grandparents are from the South. The other ones.
They are the Hicks.
No, seriously, they are.
My nice Mexican grandparents, they're gonna make something. I don't know.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh
No,
yeah.
they're always great. Then I have to. You have that like side of the family that you just don't like seeing? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to get too into it in case freaking
They listen to
Yeah,
they somehow
So,
listen to this.
Griffin, we heard you talking about us on the podcast. Something you want to say?
No, I just won't tell anyone about this.
Stay to our face!
I'll just claim it's a different Griffin. No, don't worry about that. I didn't do nothing. I'm a little innocent boy.
Who do you sound like? You sound like a president right now.
A president?
An ex-president.
No, I don't.
That voice
Oh,
sounded
like Bush or something?
That was like low-key Bush. Like, that's
No.
super low-key. Okay, no. It was something.
HW
Was
is a
it
little
Clinton?
higher.
Was that Clinton?
I don't know.
No,
Could've been.
Clinton's more like this. Like he's like
okay.
more in like the
yeah,
throat.
yeah,
like,
that's true, that's true. It sounded like
and Bush is more like his voice is like this. Like, and then HW, I don't even know what he sounds like.
I don't know.
I think he's a little higher, but like I don't think he's.
yeah.
I don't think he's like this.
You sound like a gay cowboy.
This is a scary little
See,
boy.
I feel like this is gonna come after me one day. Like this podcast.
Oh, dude. Like, for sure, we'd be...
Sarah Anderson, homophobic.
Exactly.
A podcast from high school may surprise you.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah,
We're adding
exactly.
diversity here because we have a female perspective now, which
That's
we didn't
facts.
have before.
That is so true.
And so I feel
So
like...
Sarah, speaking on that, I need some relationship advice.
Honestly,
some girl advice.
Oh,
Now,
snap. Dude, we gotta get advice now? Let's
you guys
go.
know I'm the group's therapist. You guys know that.
Yeah.
I am not a person.
Sarah is honestly most of our therapists when it
Yeah.
comes to just like random shit.
I've just
crap
been
we
through
have to
everything.
unload.
Sure.
I've just been through everything, guys.
Sir, I'm
Sarah's seen
basically
it all.
smarter than anyone here.
No,
so-
exactly. I'm not intellectual. I'm like you two. Yeah,
Utah.
I'm like
I mean-
Utah.
I'm intellectual, but I can't speak or read, so.
I mean, I'm older than both of you, so I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't be the
You're
counselor.
only
Oh,
older
you're
by like
so
30.
wise-
What
you're
are
so
you,
wise.
45? A week. Yeah.
A week counts, Sarah.
A week.
I came out to
matters.
You're just gonna die a week earlier.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I want to die sooner.
The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand happened in under a week, and that affected all of history. So how about you shut your mouth, you uncultured little babes?
Damn.
Oh my gosh. So anyway,
We
Griffin.
just got knocked.
Anyway,
Week matters.
relationship advice, Griffin. What do you need advice on?
So Sarah,
Yeah.
if I want to go up to a girl, what do I say? Do I say hi? Let's get married.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Works every time.
No, it does.
Do I say hi? Or
That way the girl knows you're committed. She's like, alright, he's
Do I walk up
He's
and
in it
say
for the
hi?
long haul.
Exactly.
He's
Do I
not
walk
crazy.
Up, do I walk up and say hi? Let's go get naked.
Yeah.
That's a little forward.
You say let's get married, then let's get naked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally.
There you go. Generally speaking.
As far as advice goes, me and Sarah could attest that
You know.
that's what you do.
Okay.
I mean, that's like pretty funny that we were like learning about how.
So if I really like a girl and I invite her to my house, should I or should I not lock her in my basement?
Well, I mean, we live in California, so we don't have
We don't have
basements.
basements.
I mean, I do, but That's beside the point.
Wait, are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I was like, that's actually really cool.
No, I certainly do not. Never.
Wait, no.
There's definitely not a bunch of Vietnamese children making bootleg Supreme down there.
Oh my god.
What if like someone just like purposely makes a basement in California so they can have like an underground sweatshop or something to like sell fake
Yeah, you'd be
Yeezys?
like the loser and ruin your dream because
Honestly, I wouldn't be
it's
surprised.
like illegal to have a basement here.
It's illegal?
Yeah, because of earthquake hazards and stuff.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
so true.
See, look at these.
It'd be
look at
sick
these
to have like a
fools.
big fat attic.
Dude, as soon as
It would be
like the next earthquake comes, we're all screwed. Cause like we've been overdue for an earthquake here for so long.
I'm
it's
ready.
gonna shake us.
I'm ready for this.
We're gonna be straight #shook.
We're gonna be more shook
so-
what happened.
I'm excited. For it,
Someone's
actually.
gonna be like Facebook live streaming it, just like, guys, the world is straight shook. Look at all this destruction. Like, look at my wife is currently hanging out a window for her life, screaming from my house. Honey, what do you have to say? You bastard, help me!
I mean, me and Sarah are okay here, like in San Clemente. Like it will be like a 5 for us. Everyone in LA will be dead.
Oh yeah,
that's
no, LA
so
and like San Francisco.
Your house might be gone because where do you live? Like
Mosquito?
Yeah, his house. Your house is probably gone.
Yeah.
So, but me and Sarah will be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Till Lego.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expendable anyways. I mean, I'll just freaking.
Oh my.
Griffin, not now.
Stop it, Griffin! No one cares!
This isn't therapy.
Oh yeah, back to therapy. Back to therapy.
But back to the therapy.
Now, obviously, Griffin had something real on his mind.
No, I was just saying random crap.
Okay. Well, I thought it was funny that like we learned about there. I don't remember the exact president. Maybe it was LBJ or something, Lyndon B. Johnson. But like first date, he was just like wife.
Oh,
that was Nixon.
I think it was both.
I think
No, Nixon-
when he was Eisenhower.
Just so you know what we're talking about,
Eisenhower looks like an alien.
in our history
He
class,
looks
we learned
like,
about.
like that one gremlin thing.
Yeah.
From, like, yeah.
Just so you guys know what we're talking about, in our history class, we learned about presidents, and I think it was at least one of them was Nixon, who on the first date with his future wife asked her to marry him. It's
Which is
like
the best advice.
the best advice. Listen. I know we just met on Tinder. But let's get married.
Sarah, what have you thought if your current boyfriend was like wife?
The minute you met me, I would
not
think
the
he was
minute,
joking.
but like the first date, just been
The
like.
first date just goes.
Well, at this age, I'd be like, what the fuck?
But like that's the norm in like
I mean,
biblical
oh
times.
gosh, yeah.
In biblical
I mean,
times, I mean,
yeah.
he could be 37, he could be 12.
Oh god, yeah, no.
Oh no.
Well,
We can't go back to the good old days.
I mean, now I'd be just like, are you joking? Especially with him, he's such a jokester.
It's such a joke.
No.
Such a jokester.
You're like, haha, just kidding.
Sarah's
Just
boyfriend,
joshing. That's
Sarah's boyfriend,
That
if you're
is-
listening, she says you're quite the jokester.
No, he doesn't listen.
No.
He probably won't listen.
He doesn't
honestly.
know.
No, I actually told him I was coming.
No, he knows it exists.
He does?
I
I've been
think
talking to him
so.
like he
Yeah,
does.
he does because I was like, I'm filming a podcast today. Again. Like,
I'm going to Ryan's house.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in his room.
He was
Just like.
he just replied the podcast.
That's so good, actually.
And I was like, yeah.
Podcast. Yeah, we're going to be here in this chill, like, lo-fi room right now.
Yeah.
Lo-fi hip-hop beats to study
Actually,
/
yeah.
relax to.
Yeah,
Chilling out.
it's very, like, I would say
Relaxing.
it's a good mixture between, like, douchebaggy and, like, a club-type room.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
facts. It kind of reminds me of like a German club, like to the smallest extent.
Yeah,
When have you been to Germany? What?
I haven't, but
You haven't? I could've
no,
sworn
I
you have.
haven't.
My brother was
I've
in
been to France and, like,
Germany
around
for a
it,
little
but-
bit.
Ooh,
Very
yes.
My brother went to Europe actually with this football team last year,
Mm-hmm.
or the year before, and he said it's pretty boring, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Europe?
Yeah, he said Europe's overrated, dude. It's pretty boring.
It's just I just remember Colby, my brother, told me about all the German clubs and Austrian clubs he went to, and
You know,
this is like you showed me pictures, and this kind of vibes with that.
I mean, I am
No,
pretty
he-
German and
yeah.
he
stuff.
said he went to like a club or two, and it was kind of weird. I mean,
Yeah, Colby
he
said
said it
that's
was
what it
nice
was.
because alcohol was for them because like
Yeah.
the drinking age over there is 18,
Yeah.
but now he's 21, so he doesn't even like have to care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I got a globe, I got like an old book, I got a record player. It's definitely got the.
Oh,
Got the total gym.
The total gym.
Futon.
Listen, my room is set alright. I got my globe, my record player, and my total gym. What else could you possibly need? My Daft Punk vinyl.
Like this.
Is this a total gym like commercial? Are we even filming a podcast right now?
I mean,
Listen, people, let me tell you about the total gym.
I mean, yeah.
If you want complete fitness in the palm of your hand, then get yourself a total gym.
I mean, it took me like 2 weeks, but I got swole on the total gym.
Oh my God.
Within a matter of a month, you can see the difference.
Someone would use.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We're not sponsored by the
Fitness
Total Gym.
Weekly is rating for the total
It
gym.
could be if they really.
The Total Gym. Your fitness answers all in one device.
Yeah. So anyway, Total Gym.
Total gym.
Buy the Total Gym.
Total Gym, sponsor us.
That's spelled TOTA.
Total.
Space GY.
We're not sponsored by Total Gym, but we wish we were. Speaking of sponsor, Stanley, we're very eager
No,
to get.
we don't want them to know.
We don't want them to know.
No, we don't. We
You
just,
guys want LaCroix or Target to sponsor you?
I don't
It'd be
think
nice
they
if
do
any.
podcasts.
Well, I feel like Target wouldn't because we're just some dumbass teenagers who are
Target
doing the
would.
podcast.
Sorry, Target would sponsor me because of how much I.
I go there too. Though.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I go there so
That's true.
often.
Me and you go there like
I
every
know.
other day.
Does
We're
Target
like,
appreciate loyalty?
Probably.
I
we
mean,
should just-
any company loves loyal customers. You know?
Does
Yeah.
Walmart love their customers?
No,
No,
Griffin.
definitely not.
No.
Chick-fil-A does.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A's
Chick-fil-A
weird.
Chick-fil-A's cool.
Chick-fil-A is damn good.
Chick-fil-A don't like the humble
Well, I
people
want
though.
Chick-fil-A.
They're weird.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why is their sponsor? They're not their sponsored, but their mascot a cow.
What,
It's chicken.
what was the boardroom meeting where they're like, all right, guys, we need to think of a mascot for our freaking fried chicken place, and they're like, okay, what about a cow who's desperately begging not to be killed?
You know, I think what they were thinking is I feel like they came up with that like slogan of like eat more chicken first, and then they're like, how
Eat
like
more
what
chicken.
goes with that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's a separate animal that's like
Can
encouraging.
we just talk about the fact that
other-
the cow is slightly literate? I mean,
Yeah.
like,
So it's a sentient
Right?
cow.
Like, why did this cow learn to
or this cow, first of
almost
all,
write English?
First of all,
English.
one, this cow, like, it knows how to communicate with humans and knows how to write. And how did he write? Did he, like, use his mouth? Like,
Oh yeah, because they have little like.
how did he get
stubs.
the cap off the stubs?
You know, they're like.
you know the little
They're
nubs?
just like yeah, they're like.
It's just, what if we have that hand, like, it's just nubs on our, like, it just arms just
Ew.
come to a rounded nub. Like, we're all just big old teddy bears.
We just like grab things like this and we're like.
Yes.
Water.
Turn right.
Water, monsieur.
You go like this to like drink.
What if we didn't have individual fingers? What if we had mitten hands?
Oh, that'd
Oh,
be
like this.
strange.
I mean, that'd make more sense.
Would it? We'd
Then
be,
like nubs.
we'd be so strange though.
No, would
You're like picking someone
it'd
up.
be like
you're
it'd be like weird flippers. We'd be better at swimming.
Ooh, like
Oh,
dolphins.
true.
Ooh, I kissed a dolphin one time. Not gonna
Oh.
lie.
Dolphins rape people.
Well,
Okay, I don't like what?
No, that's a real thing.
That
14
is.
people. Like I read something. It's like 14 people a year get raped by dolphins. Like dolphins have like
Jesus.
they reproduce by like rubbing their like stomachs against each other, and they will like go up to people and like rub their stomachs on them. And, like yeah, dolphins are disgusting. They're like they're like one of the only animals. They're one of the,
I'm
no,
surprised that didn't come out during the Harvey Weinstein thing.
Right?
Just dolphins.
Oh,
No,
God.
dolphins are like one of the only animals that have sex for pleasure. They're
Neat.
weird.
Yeah.
Dolphins are creepy as hell. No, and you know how like when
Humans.
dolphins like go to dolphins like kill sharks, right?
Yeah.
What?
Well, you know how they
I've
do
heard
it?
of that.
They will like they'll surround a shark, like a bunch of them will surround a shark, and then they hit it out of the way, like ram it, and they hit it out of the water, and like they break its bones and stuff, and like it'll like suffocate because it'll be out of the water for so long.
Damn.
I mean, there are like certain civilizations that think when we die we turn into dolphins. We become reincarnated.
serious?
Yes, and so maybe because there's people that really are scared of sharks. Like they're pretty scary.
That's nice.
They,
What would you
and so
guys
maybe
want to
they're
be
just.
reincarnated as?
If I had to pick something to be
I'd be a
reincarnated,
sloth. Hell yeah.
Sloths are
but
weird.
you don't have to be.
Y'all know.
You don't have to be an
rapists-
animal.
Sloths
you
are
could be
rapists
anything.
too.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
Very slow.
they're so slow. They just like chill.
I'd probably be like a toucan. A toucan would be fun because they don't have like too many natural
That's true.
predators and they're kind of goofy looking.
Yeah,
And I could become like the the sponsor of Kellogg's.
that's
I
what I'm
saw-
saying. It's like you don't know. Like
Speaking
people
of
like
like animals, like
sloths.
I saw this weird movie one time called The Lobster, where it was like this weird dystopian movie.
It's a spin-off
It
of
was like
SpongeBob
it
about
took
Mr.
place
Krabs.
in this dystopian future where like the population of the Earth was so low that if you were single, you were sent to this hotel to try and find a partner. And it was like if you didn't find one within like a couple of months, they turned you into an animal of your choosing. And it stars Colin Farrell, who's and he says that he wants to be a lobster because like they don't have any real natural predators. Like they can like breed for a super long time and they have a long lifespan. And like he brings his brother with him who's like a dog because like he failed. And it's like this really weird like movie where like it talks about like how we like see each other and like it's really interesting. Like it was bizarre. I didn't exactly like it that much. I mean, it's interesting, but like at the same time, it's like maybe like disturbing in a way. But I don't know if I want to recommend watching it just because it's. I mean, it's not. It won't be everyone's cup of tea.
I'm intrigued.
But it's basically just about like society and like and we view people like based on like their outer appearance and things because like. The way that people find partners in the movie is like, oh, you and I both have like the same hair or like the same skin or like we like this like the same jokes and like that's it.
I need to hold it.
Like it doesn't matter if your personalities really match up that much. It's mainly about like appearances or certain aspects. Like if you and a person are both blind, then you are like you have to be together. Like that's how the society works. It's like weird. It's weird, but like it's interesting to look at because like. It kind of reflects on like society and how material we are with like how we pick partners and stuff like.
That's true.
It's very interesting.
Pretty sad.
Yeah. I mean, pretty sad.
Pretty sad.
Podcast just got deep, man.
Damn.
Deep as the
movies are always really interesting to talk about.
What were you gonna say?
Movies are interesting.
Yeah.
Like how people come up with like 3 hours.
Yeah, like
of a script is insane to me.
Well, sometimes it's like 8, and they
That's
just edit
true,
it all
and they
down.
edit it down. Yeah,
Yeah.
That is so true.
No, it's crazy how people think of such like amazing stories and like are able to like create these worlds in like in a matter of hours.
Just imagine it.
Like one of my favorite directors is Guillermo del Toro. He writes a lot of his stuff, and like the way he can just like make this whole like mythology and all this like all these like old legends and like somehow make it into a story is just crazy.
Well, I say let's make our own movie right now.
Let's make
Agreed. Let's do it.
So let's write a screenplay, guys.
So all right, so we gotta start out with a genre, a pervert genre.
Let's go with romantic comedy.
You want to do romantic? Okay,
Rom-com?
rom-com.
No, dear God, no.
I was gonna
please.
say I think a rom-com's hard to produce. I mean,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
like on the spot, come up with a rom-com.
Fine. What do you
That's
want?
weird, right?
Okay.
I feel like a horror movie.
Okay,
it's
horror,
easy,
fine. We'll
like
do a horror
right now,
movie.
it's like
Sci-fi horror movie.
yeah, like a sci-fi horror
Okay,
movie.
here's my horror movie idea.
Yeah,
Ready? I'm
let's
about to
go.
put it
Let's
forward.
go.
All right. So
Unfriended.
group of kids. All right.
Walking to the woods in the middle.
Group of teenagers.
So-
they all go different paths in the middle of woods.
So basically,
There's a man in the woods who takes your foreskin.
oh my gosh. So this is the idea, right? So basically, it's like these people mid-20s, right? They're all hanging out.
They're filming a podcast.
Podcast. And
So
then
it's about these 3 children that are out in the woods filming their podcast.
they get hungry and they want to go to Wetzel's Pretzels because everyone loves Wetzel's
I
Pretzels.
love
Of course.
Auntie Anne's or Wetzel's?
Wetzel's.
Wetzel's. Easy.
Auntie Anne's is a poser.
Facts. Auntie Anne's
anyway.
came out right. Okay. Go.
So they go to the mall to go get Wetzel's Pretzels because there's no
I'm
other
actually
Wetzel's.
going to them all after this. Okay, go on.
No one asks.
So they go to get their Wetzel's Pretzels and they go and order their pretzel bits. And so
You know that is what you order at Wetzel's Pretzels. The
The
bits.
pretzel bits
Okay, go
are
on.
pretty good.
okay.
I remember when I was little, like if my parents actually wanted me to like get like some protein or something, I'd just get like a pretzel dog. Those were actually pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
they are. Okay, go on.
Anything with pretzels is just great.
So they get their Wetzel bits and they get some sauce, but this time it's a mystery sauce.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's a mystery flavor.
That is scary.
Is this like your Coca-Cola story?
No.
What color is the sauce?
Okay, so here it's like, but it's not. It's off the books. The guy at the place was like, "Hey, take this sauce. You'll like it."
This
And
is
then
special stuff.
Winks.
And then he winks. And it's a really
Some
like
weird
awkward
stuff.
wink,
And very
like
slight.
because he can't really wink, but he's like
so Julian.
And so
Yes.
they turn away to go to the table. When they look back, the man's gone.
pretty much. But so anyway, they get the special sauce and like, guys, I wonder what's in this sauce. And so they try the sauce and it's actually pretty good. Like they're like, wow, this is great. And then they end up passing out on the chairs for like 8 hours.
And they wake up in a basement.
No, and so they fall asleep and then they wake up and it's midnight and the mall is closed and no one's woken them up. No one's moved them away.
We talked about this movie idea.
Wait, this is actually something you guys thought about before?
Yeah. So anyway, they wake up and they're like, guys, we're stuck in a mall. They're like,
the mannequins come to life.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mannequins are creepy as hell.
They are.
Who the hell thought that like these faceless just people is like, this is how we will present our clothes?
So anyway, they're like, oh shoot, we have the mall all to ourselves. Let's have a grand old time. So they're like playing around the mall. They go to, Brookstone or whatever. They're on
I'm in that massage
chair. They're in that massage chair. And so,
go to the Tesla store and sit in the car and pretend like you're a big rich man.
And so you got the cliche, like the one girl's like, I just want to go look at the clothes.
So me, yeah.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's a character in this.
I'd be in the Microsoft store playing like the games on the Xbox.
And so she goes into the store and she's like, wow, I really like that shirt on that mannequin. And she goes to like take the shirt off the mannequin because they don't have it anywhere else in the store. And all of a sudden, when she's doing
the mannequin grabs
your arm.
Oh my god!
And then you're like, ah! And then you run away. But the mannequin like doesn't chase after you, and you tell all the people like, hey, the mannequin grabbed my arm, and they're like, Sarah, like we all.
Sarah, what drugs do you want, and why aren't you sharing?
Exactly.
And so like, and they're like, guys, you have to believe it. So we all go with you back to the clothing store, and all the mannequins in the store are gone. And we're like,
we turn around and they're like lying behind us.
And they're like, and then all of a sudden, like this crazy music starts playing. We all start running away as the mannequins start chasing us. And then through a series of events, the mannequins ended up killing all of us by morning.
That's actually, I really like that movie.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking.
And there's all these important things
that'd
in
be pretty
between.
creepy.
I think that'd be like it's kind of one of those like Scream. It's like a comedy kind of horror.
You gotta have like a good like love interest,
Good
love
maybe
interest.
sex scene or two.
You know, like mannequins for people. You ever seen the movie I Am Legend with Will Smith?
Yes.
It's like I haven't seen the whole thing, but like how he like puts all the mannequins up, like it's it makes you think just like about like how you would try to like survive by yourself and like stay sane. Like that whole idea, like it's the same thing with like Castaway, like Wilson. Like you need someone to talk to. Like humans are such social, like animals.
That's actually so funny you say that. Yeah, because yesterday, so when Julian and I were painting, I could not like sit in silence for like more than 2 minutes. I was like, I need to talk. Like,
talking is like very, very important for humans. Like,
well, it was interesting because we recorded a podcast yesterday, and I was like, I woke up this morning and said, wow, that was really fun. I kind of want to do that again. So I'm like, hey, do you guys just record
just
the next
talking,
day?
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, talking is something that like we take for granted sometimes. Like it's something that we've evolved so that we're a different type of like animal. Like I watched this video on YouTube. Like you guys know Vsauce. Like he's the biggest science channel on YouTube, and he has like this series where he was talking about. It turns out that chimpanzees have the world's like one of like the fastest short-term memories of like any animal. Like they can like see a screen of like numbers in like different areas, and then like the screen will like go blank in a matter of a second, and they'll know exactly where it was.
Oh, interesting.
And like the thing is, when humans evolved from chimpanzees, like when we separated, apparently we lost this part of our brain in order to develop speech. So it's like that's where we differ really, is because this communication is what allowed us to sort of advance even more. And it's interesting that like how like now
smoking can give you lung cancer.
I don't smoke, just let me preface this. I don't smoke, I'm just getting over a cold and I have a lot of phlegm.
Sponsored by Marlboro.
Sponsored by Camel Cigs.
No, but yeah, like chimps are scary.
Chimps are freaking crazy.
Imagine getting beaten to death by a chimpanzee. Like that would not be fun.
I don't want to get my face ripped off by a chimp. I don't know why people think that they can just like have wild animals as pets and they're gonna be fine.
Ooh, you know what? You know what would make that movie even better? The mannequin one is if there was a monkey in.
That's what I was saying.
Just put like a talking dog or like a little like capuchin monkey.
I mean, and the
like
name Hollywood. Listen, and the name of this movie is called Mannequin, by the way. M-A-N-N-E
and then C-A-N.
Yeah, Mannequin. It's pretty good.
So are you gonna have an orangutan?
Ooh, no, let's.
I think.
Oh, do you guys remember that Drake and Josh episode with the orangutan in Josh's room and Drake and Josh's room?
No, you've watched more Drake and Josh than I have.
I didn't watch a lot of Drake and Josh.
I'm
kind of sad that I didn't.
You know, grew up with that.
Crazy Steve.
Yeah, I know. The Nickelodeon days. Those were good.
Oh, Nick at Night, man.
Ooh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I like George Lopez.
I don't know why you like George Lopez. I do not. I never. I was like, oh, George Lopez. Why is this on?
No,
I
always watched the first episode, and that's why I'd be like, come on, like just like leave, George. Like, I don't want to watch
George,
5 hours.
get out of here, George. No one wants you.
I just love the intro of them jumping with the like sky, and it's just like slow. Like, it's my favorite.
That's your fave, huh?
What was your favorite show as a kid growing up, guys?
My favorite show. Well, I don't know. Sarah probably has hers first.
You know, for me, I loved like Drake and Josh and Zoe 101.
Zoe 101.
Yeah,
Classic,
Zoe 101
classic.
is such a good show.
No, I always
never
really loved
watched it.
SpongeBob. I mean, SpongeBob's always the best.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I forgot about SpongeBob.
yeah, SpongeBob's awesome. Then I also watch some shows here and there on Cartoon Network. I watch a lot of regular show and Adventure Time.
Oh, Adventure Time, that was really good too.
Adventure Time was awesome. Like, you know, like they just recently ended the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks.
I know. I think it's on. I think it's on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu.
It's probably on Hulu or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I watched it like a few.
And they ended regular show, and it was really sad too. Like you know what happened at the end of regular show?
No, I didn't see
Pops died.
it. Wait, Pops was cute.
Yeah, no, Pops dies.
Pops was like.
It's this whole thing of, like, it's this. It was really weird. It was a classic regular show type thing where it just like went into like crazy stuff out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
it's weird
Apparently,
stuff.
Pops was like this like reincarnation of like some ancient being or something, and like he had like a brother who was like the opposite of him. It was like evil, and like every like 1,000 years they fought, and like it always ended with like Pops losing or something, and then it just like went back to normal. And then all of a sudden, like, Pops decided that he basically just, like, took himself with his, like, brother, I guess, and, like, they flew into the sun.
Wait, I've seen this.
It was, like, weird. I don't know the whole story. Like,
You know what was the best show?
Don't quote me on all this, because I didn't really see
Avatar:
it.
The Last Airbender.
Okay, I rewatched that, actually, like, a month ago.
I liked Avatar for a good amount of time.
Avatar was
Really
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Avatar's
But
great,
then I
too.
kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, the same. I felt like it was very like.
You don't
the
want to
same
shoot fire out of your
story.
hands,
dude,
Sarah? You
what?
didn't think that was
Yeah, I
cool?
don't know. I started to get a little bored of it. Not gonna lie. I'm
How
just being.
could you
I'm
say
being honest
that?
with the
No, it's okay.
listeners. I'm being honest with the
Female
listeners.
perspective, diversity.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what we need on this
But I
What
podcast.
I've
still-
learned today is
enjoy it.
females are dumb and they don't like Avatar.
Oh my
Oh my goodness. This is
I'm
so
sorry, don't
backwards.
hate me. I didn't mean it.
Oh.
See, this is why I'm still single. Okay.
But I definitely liked Nick more than Disney. Funny enough.
Yeah.
I thought Nick was good. They had some good shows, but I feel like
Yeah, see, I like Wizards and I liked Hannah Montana a lot. Like, I love and Sweet Life, but I always want that. Like, if
The
Zoe
Sweet Life of
101
Zack
was on,
and Cody.
I'd go to
Oh
Zoe
my
101.
God.
If Drake and Josh was on, I'd be watching.
No, I love
Drake Josh.
my main two are
Yeah, that's
Cartoon
true.
Network
Yeah.
and like Nickelodeon. Like I watched Disney occasionally. I remember I watched Sweet Life on Deck when I was little. Speaking of which, okay, I remember this one thing from Sweet Life on Deck, like the token fat kid, because they always have those on Disney shows. Like there's like
Oh my gosh.
there's one fat kid they always make fun of. And I was a little chubby kid, so I loved him.
Oh.
I was
Wait,
a little,
I remember which one. Now.
yeah, no, he was
I
the
don't
one with the
remember his name,
glasses.
but yeah, and
Yeah.
he had, like, the
And he said, like, there was one point in the episode where, like, he, like, fell, there was one point in, like, an episode where I remember he fell on the ground or something, like, he couldn't get up. He's like, I can't do a sit-up. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, I can't do a sit-up. And they're like, well, how do you get up in the morning? He's like, a series of pulleys.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it shows him waking up the next morning, and there's, like, some handles and stuff.
And he's like, oh,
he's
yeah.
trying to, like, yank himself up because he can't, he doesn't have the core strength. And I'm like, I look back and it's really funny, but at the same time, it's kind of messed up.
Uh-huh. Like, imagine that now, like today.
Jeez.
Just even like.
Oh
10
my
years
god,
later.
dude! No, they get.
Or
to
like
do that.
even less than 10 years later. Like,
Remember the show Jessie? That was a weird. That was a weird
Mr.
show.
Mr. Mo. Get out to me lobby.
Why?
Esteban from.
Oh, Esteban from the other
Oh my
god.
That's so good, actually.
I love
Dang.
Esteban. Esteban
No,
was
Sweet
These are
Life-
childhood.
Sweet Life and Sweet
that
Life on
Esteban,
Deck.
like one episode of Sweet Life and Zack and Cody where like Esteban, there was like they're in that like haunted room in the Tipton Hotel, and Esteban like had the like.
Oh, can we?
Whoa.
Wait. Okay, after this, I kind of really want to. If there's
Whoa.
a way, I want to watch it.
I bet we should watch like Sweet Life or old Drake and Josh and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember one episode from Drake and Josh where like they tried to scare like Megan by like dressing up as aliens or something, and she
I remember that.
and she ended up like scaring them. It was,
Mhm.
no, that show was really great. The best character ever was Crazy Steve.
Yeah, you know, I think Josh was my favorite
Those were
character.
the good old days.
I read no. Speaking of Crazy
I was
Steve,
a
I
Drake
read this
fan.
weird thing
Oh,
online that like I read this weird theory because you know how iCarly is like little sister from Drake and Josh is like
Yeah,
the main
is-
character
uh-huh.
iCarly, and Crazy Steve is her brother. So I read this thing.
Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah, Miranda Cosgrove, and then
Michael Jackson, you mean?
What?
she does play Michael Jackson. No.
You like hear her
But
like, oh my!
I read this weird theory that Crazy Steve kidnapped Megan, and like it was like a theory connecting Drake and Josh and iCarly, and then said like Crazy Steve like kidnapped Megan and told her name was Carly now, and then like
I have seen that conspiracy.
and they say that he controls his like craziness, like the sculptures and stuff.
That was weird, but that makes sense.
I mean,
It was really weird. I also saw this thing that like a theory that someone had about Phineas and Ferb that said that like Candace was autistic or something.
Mm-hmm. And she
that-
imagined this stuff the whole time.
that was a weird one.
That one I actually low key believe in a way.
Nah, but like at the same time it's a kid show, and why would they have that as that like the actual story?
I don't think that's like the real story, but I feel like it's something that like when they like
But it's
finished
like-
the script, it was almost like whoa.
but it's like J.K. Rowling, you know how she's like, oh yeah, Harry.
Mastermind.
Yeah, no, Harry Potter actually was gay. Dumbledore had an intense gay relationship.
Like that weird. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah,
That's
she
not-
actually like tweeted that
Exactly.
Dumbledore was gay and had like a weird like relationship. Like she
Also
like
insane.
she keeps adding stuff to try and stay relevant, and like it's weird.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like just let the work stay as it is. I mean, I don't see a reason to really do that.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny, obviously.
I get a great kick out of it.
I get a kick out of it.
Whatever. I
I
mean,
get that.
let people do what they want. You know, it's no one's fault.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, but anyway, Hollywood, make mannequin a thing. You can...
No, we're making money.
Okay, we're making. But
We're not letting those Hollywood bastards.
But we need
get
money. We need money. I don't have money. Do you have money? I don't even work, Sarah. You're the only one here who works.
Yeah.
I do work.
Jobs are for responsible people,
So
not
how's
me.
being a working woman in
Oh,
America?
I actually, not gonna lie, don't get paid as much as my male counterparts.
Is that
I know,
actually
it's
true?
Seriously?
Wait,
Yeah.
is that though because they've been there longer, or
They've been there like 1 month longer, but for how much more they get paid, it's like
do they do the same job?
they do about the same job, yeah. But mine's actually, I would consider mine harder because I'm
Dealing with
dealing with like more
youngins?
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
that's-
don't know,
I don't
I'm a little offended.
I don't want to have a job dealing with children, honestly. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love kids. Kids are cute and fun, but, like, at the same time, like, they're just rambunctious, and I don't really want to have
It's
to,
taught
like...
me a lot of patience.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like I
I'd
don't
be
really
an
have
old man.
that patience, honestly. And, of course, I'm going to have to learn, like, for one day if I do have, like, a family or something, but right now, I think I'm good.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
I'm looking for another job right now, I think. I'm looking for a coffee shop job. I just want something a little more chill, to be honest.
Rainbow sandals. They got
And-
nice jobs.
Go work
there.
with Josh at
JC
JC
Beans, no. I'd actually be set down to work at JC Beans, but there's a place called Coffee Claps in Laguna Beach that's hiring.
I don't know if
Do
you
that.
want to work for coffee though.
I don't really want to have to get a job. Well, I can't get a job this summer because of football, but like senior year summer, I'm going to have to get a
Yeah.
job.
My thing with coffee shops is I can transfer into college, which would be nice, you know.
Yeah,
for
true.
A barista job there. And then, you know, I feel like it's just one of those jobs that I can work a lot more hours with. When I'm working with kids, it's like after 2 hours, you're exhausted.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah.
like that's true.
In a coffee shop, I could stand there for probably 4 hours and be like, all right, like.
But maybe you
almost
get
there.
over coffee though. That's the thing. You'd be like, I can't look at another cup of coffee today because you've been working there for 8 hours. And
I
then
feel like caffeine's not that big of a problem though.
No, I don't think that. I think, yeah.
It's not like
I
it's
think
like,
saving
it's
money
not like
is
it's like
free
smoking or
coffee.
alcohol.
That's true.
Yeah.
What caffeine?
No, I said it's not like it's smoking or alcohol. Like it's not that big of a problem. Like, you have like a caffeine. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like insanely addicted. I have a cup a day.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
pretty-
yeah. All right, Sarah. Whatever.
Don't get me wrong. Like I always I love the taste, but I don't crave it. I crave like my 1 cup, and then after that, I'm kind of like, all right, I'm satisfied.
I don't really have something
Yeah.
like that, honestly. Like I don't really drink coffee. Like
Yeah.
I, here and there, I have, but like I don't really drink coffee. I don't really drink a lot of soda.
Oh yeah, I'm not a soda fan.
I'm a very healthy person. Just kidding. Not mentally
Cool.
speaking.
LaCroix, I'd kill a man for.
I'd kill a man for LaCroix.
Yeah, apparently the LaCroix CEO is insane, and so like
I can
people,
see that.
people are like thinking that like, oh, maybe LaCroix makes you insane. So like I'm worried because I was like talking about it's like the quantity of that beverage that I
Yeah.
drink, it has to affect my health negatively in some way.
I get
So
you.
maybe I'm just crazy.
I get you.
Like maybe
We're all
You know-
crazy, man. We're all just crazy.
I honestly feel like our friend group is just freaking weird.
Yeah. Yeah, watch that language there.
I know.
No.
No heckin' cussing on my good Catholic
I think I
Minecraft
said that
server, or
already.
I'm sending you to the nether with no bow.
I mean, who would you say is the weirdest?
The weirdest in our friend group?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a weird one.
That's a weird
question.
question.
That's a weird question, huh?
There you go.
I cannot decide.
Weirdest is Logan.
I
he's,
think-
he's a weird man.
I think Logan's the most normal person.
I wouldn't say that. Though.
Julian.
Julian's pretty weird.
Julian.
Love that weirdo though.
Julian. Interesting individual.
No, he can be like normal though, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like we're all the type of people that like when we need to be normal, we can be
Oh
very
yeah, yeah.
normal.
When I gotta talk like an adult, I'm
Like yeah, when we need to be mature, we're super mature.
When
but
I
when we
need
don't,
to
we're
talk
just,
like an adult, I
weird.
start sweating. I go, oh geez. Looks like I actually have to have the right amount of brain cells for a couple minutes.
I'd
Yeah.
actually say that like probably us three are the weirdest. I'd say I'm the weirdest girl for sure.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh,
that's
dear
true.
God.
That's it.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Sir, you're
And
strange.
I actually say that you two are like probably the weirdest guys, but in good ways. It'd probably be you two and Julian.
That's not what my mother
What do you mean? Like the only reason, like the thing.
But you're all differently weird.
Yeah.
Everyone's weird. I don't think there's a real way of
That's so
defining what's
true.
normal. Everyone acts like, why can't you just be normal? But at the same time, like,
Normal.
you're not normal. There isn't. What?
Just like there is.
It's what society right now thinks is the normal. Like, freaking.
I
Facts.
don't know. I
Riffing.
don't know what normal
Spilling
is, though.
facts.
Well, no, I'm not even trying to be like that type of thing. But like, honestly, I've thought about this a lot when it comes to like what people like want to be and like all that. Like, there's no real way to define like what is normal or like what is like.
I
Like what is like the main way you should go? Like I mean, the normal used to be like freaking like a blue collar job or something like that, and like now it's like a white collar job or something. Like it's like things change, and like the way that people look at what is normal changes. Like you can't really say like, oh, you're not normal because like that doesn't change
I mean,
no
no
matter
one's
like a
normal.
year. No one's normal,
No,
dude.
it's normal.
There is no. such
Everyone's
thing.
weird for something. And people act like they're cool. So everyone's a nerd for something. Like
I feel like normal is almost the majority. You know what I mean? Like if you're saying
Normal
it's
is
normal
what-
to go to college.
normal is what the majority thinks
is
is-
college, you
normal
know?
is what the majority thinks is
Yeah,
right, but
exactly.
it's not like
or what the majority does.
yeah.
Yeah, like.
Mhm.
Normal is what's popular and what
Good
is
way
like.
to look at it.
No, we're not normies. That's why the normies are the ones who watch Game of Thrones. and
Yeah.
stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I've never seen one episode.
Yeah,
of Game of
yeah. I haven't
Thrones.
watched Game of
We're
Thrones.
above. We're not.
Oh my gosh,
sheeple.
I love that none of us have watched it. Thank goodness.
No, a couple people were talking about Game of Thrones and
And theology.
And yeah,
You heard
theology.
that?
Yeah,
I
I
heard
heard
that
that
too.
too. Yeah, and I was like, how do you have
I was
time?
surprised
How do you have
you
time to
did.
watch all that? Like you're in AP classes and
It's
you got
addictive. I've
like,
heard.
dude, it's a
Because there's
huge.
just another cog in the corporate machine.
I tried watching
There's
Breaking
facts.
Bad one time and I got like 3 seasons in. I don't know why, but I just like stopped.
Okay,
I
I
did
have the
with
same
Walking
exact
Dead,
thing
too.
with Breaking Bad and Walking. I have the same exact thing with those.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, same.
I mean, I watched all of The Last Airbender in a matter of like a week, so.
Back to the that.
No, I'm watching a freaking anime right now, and I like watched like 400 episodes in the matter of like 2 months. Like I just
Dang.
not like combined time of like the amount of days that I watched was like about 2 months because like
Yeah.
I can't watch every day because like we can't watch TV or Netflix like every day because like
Not
homework
true.
and stuff.
No, okay, so.
Okay, and be responsible.
Well, that's also not true. I mean, kind of. I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. Like, for Lent, right? I gave up movies. You know, I can only watch movies with other people because I watch a ridiculous amount of movies, and the amount of free time I had
Oh, wow.
was like bananas.
Insane.
Yeah, so now I just like got into music pretty much, and that was about it.
Really.
I've been so into music lately.
Yeah, I just
Like,
replaced.
yeah.
Movies
I just
with
keep
music.
switching around what I'm listening to. Honestly, I
No,
just
same
don't
here.
know.
I've been like finding random new
Yeah.
artists and songs like every day, like a solid 5 new songs.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I'm doing like a lot of '70s stuff just because that stuff's pretty good.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
No, old music is really interesting, just like how styles change and everything.
So true.
And that, like certain like time periods, like the way that like music is like there's like one side that's one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say here is like even in like older times, there's still like a ton of different types of music that are happening, and like you can't really define one period by like one genre. Like people say like 70s rock, but at the same time, there's also like a bunch of other stuff happening in the 70s.
Yeah, it's just like when it really emerged and what was
Yeah.
really popular, I guess. But
What
yeah.
about you? Like?
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on what you like. I mean, like, I'm not going to fault anyone for liking a certain type of music, unless it's country. No one's in the country.
Sarah likes country music.
No, I don't.
No?
I don't.
Really?
I know I am like a country girl. Just to preface real quick, I'm not from the South. I'm not
But
from
I
the
wish
South.
I
from
was.
San Diego. Like,
I'm from like Southern California.
Yeah, you've lived here forever.
I started saying howdy at school in like, what
Yeah.
was that, October?
Like that one girl that
October.
graduated like 2 years ago, or like who like would say y'all on the freaking school news.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I
sort of
remember
trend.
that.
They're like, I find myself saying
No.
y'all accidentally.
It's so true. So I've always said y'all. That's just something I've always said because
But-
my dad says it. He's from
But that's something to think because English doesn't have like a collective like noun like
But
that,
yeah.
like y'all.
The English language is really weird, honestly.
I know.
Like, it's confusing. I'm
It
gonna learn
is. I love
Lithuanian
languages.
and just move somewhere.
No, I want to study abroad in like a few places.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
want to
so
study abroad in
awesome.
college. That'd be pretty
Get
cool.
learn like 7 languages.
Oh yeah, my goal, like my life goal, like my one life goal has always been to be like trilingual at least.
Trial.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. I like
It's
it.
always been my life goal,
No,
like my number one.
Ryan,
bucket
me, you, and Logan said we were all gonna learn a language so that we could just talk.
Oh yeah, we're gonna learn
talk
like,
crap about people at school and
Russian.
Oh, you should.
Because that's what the foreign
Russian.
exchange kids do.
No,
I mean,
literally.
honestly, they could say whatever they wanted and no one would know. They could literally be calling me like
They
a
make
piece
fun
of
of
white
our
trash or something.
Probably.
Like a piece of garbage that like deserves to die, and I would never know because they're saying it in
I
their
know,
own
right?
language, and I like.
Yeah.
Who knows though?
I should just learn like Korean and Japanese and
Maybe they
Chinese.
say really nice
Yeah.
things about us all the time. Like, oh,
They're like,
he's got
"Oh."
nice hair.
She looks
As they
wonderful
laugh.
today.
She looks very pretty today. Yeah. I would like that.
I hope
With their
that's
Gucci shoes and their freaking expensive backpacks. I don't know why the foreign exchange kids are all super rich. Like they're crazy.
Big
rich.
business owners.
Yeah. They all are. They all have
made
stocks in
Mannequin
Sony.
and
Yeah,
wherever they
I
came
know.
from, and they got rich from Mannequin.
Man,
They come
dude,
up-
they already did that. With
They own Total Gym.
Yeah, Total Gym, Mannequin.
They all own a Total Gym, and they're swollen. So, and their pockets are swollen too with money.
Yeah.
The minute you get a Total Gym, not only does your body get swollen, but your wallet
Your
gets
pockets get
swollen.
fatter. As you get thinner, your pockets get fatter.
You're really
Total
selling
Gym.
the Total Gym.
Listen, the whole point of this podcast is just to sell the Total Gym.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris,
Yeah.
please sponsor
It
us.
takes up too much room in my room, so I just gotta, get rid of it somehow.
You're gonna
No,
no.
I'm not gonna get rid of it.
Don't get rid of the Total Gym.
Total Gym.
How are you gonna tone your upper body and lower body and all parts of your body because it's just that good, people? I'm telling you.
It's Total Gym.
Well,
It's the
What about
Total
room
Gym.
for?
It encompasses.
Tone it up.
The Total Gym
Toning.
encompasses all muscle groups.
Get some cardio, get some core in there.
Dude, the Total Gym.
Lift
Is,
some weights.
the Total Gym is the Total Gym is the workout machine of champions. I'll tell you
What?
what.
Post workout.
Just
You're like done. She's just like laying there. You just start benching.
Oh my God, Jesus.
We
we're not talking about anything then. So
We're being good Catholic kids. We believe in Jesus. He's coming on
Jesus.
Sunday for Easter's, and that's why we had eggs.
He's visiting on Sunday.
He's coming to Sunday morning for some flapjacks and some pancakes. Oh my
You
goodness.
know what sounds good? Hard
Yeah,
cross
me too.
pancakes. Ooh.
Ooh.
Dude,
Let's
I
bring
want
that-
some pancakes now, dude.
I do, and I want pancakes and Chick-fil-A.
We should all go to IHOP after this.
I'd actually be down.
I'd be down for that.
Oh my gosh, food sounds good. Anyway, what
Yeah.
else is there to talk about, you guys?
I don't know. Let's talk about the political climate
No.
with President Donald Trump. What do you think of his current policies? No, okay, I'm kidding. We're not getting political.
Why?
That's a slippery slope that I want to slide on down.
No, I want to talk
What about the Roe versus Wade case?
Sarah, stop.
What are you? Stop it!
Alright, go
Oh
on.
my God.
Ryan, what do you have to say?
Oh,
Say the man.
well, I wanted to. I think so. I came up with Mannequin, but I think we should collectively screenwrite our own movie.
No, I'm not getting it.
We're gonna write the third SpongeBob movie right here.
Like
right
an,
now.
okay, fine. We're writing the third SpongeBob movie right here, right now.
All right,
Sarah,
Patrick
start
gets
off-
kidnapped, and Gary gets kidnapped, and Patrick and SpongeBob have to take revenge.
I feel like we gotta include Pearl in this.
All
I
right.
feel like Pearl has
Sarah,
gotta be like the victim.
start off-
Okay, but like,
start off
what
the
even
first
is the?
intro.
Okay, hold on a second. What is the deal with Pearl? How did that happen?
She's adopted.
I know she's adopted.
No.
But how did Mr. Krabs get a baby whale?
I don't know. You know what's really Pearl's face? Why does she look like the letter L upside down?
Because she's like a sperm whale or something.
Do whales look like that? Are there whales?
No,
that
whales
look
Sperm
like
whales,
that?
sperm whales are super square in the face, but like
Dang.
humpbacks and other stuff are like more like
Honestly, that
curved.
does not look like a humpback.
Which leads us all back to dolphins, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
The dolphins are everywhere. They're watching. They're waiting for one more vulnerable.
Okay, screenplay. Sarah, start the first scene
Okay, you want
of
me to?
SpongeBob SquarePants,
First
the
scene of
movie 3.
SpongeBob.
Okay. SpongeBob is flipping patties.
Wait, it's gotta start off though with like the classic, you know, the
Pan down through bubbles.
Yeah, pan. Yeah.
Hand down through bubbles. Goes into SpongeBob. Enter Krusty Krab.
SpongeBob is flipping patties.
SpongeBob's flipping patties.
Happily.
Squidward's standing with a, sad, grumpy face.
The cash register.
At the cash
Yeah.
register. Mr. Krabs comes sprinting in. It's like that scene where they whack open the doors. Everyone turns around. He's like, and he's like,
Oh, you're right. I got this.
Oh,
He goes, SpongeBob, me boy, we've got 100 people coming to the Krusty Krab right now for a big old event. And SpongeBob goes, well, gee, Mr. Krabs, that's a great old opportunity. But just when they're talking about how this big old opportunity is coming to the Krusty Krab, Patrick walks in to the Krusty Krab, naked, bloody, and beaten. And he says, SpongeBob, they took Gary.
Sarah, go.
oh my god. And then SpongeBob starts crying because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know, does he love Gary or Krabby Patties more?
Does he want to serve all those people and save the Krusty Krab? Or does he want, because Mr. Krab is in millions of dollars in debt with the IRS.
Exactly.
Or something, I don't know.
Mr. Krabs like, I need the money. I don't even know how to do Mr. Krabs.
He
like,
goes,
he needs his money, right? So he's like, SpongeBob, if you leave me, I'm going to fire you. I don't know how to fire.
What was that foreigner accent?
Sorry.
SpongeBob, I'm going to fire you.
Sorry.
And he says, I'm sorry, Mr. Krabs, but Gary needs me.
Yeah, and then he like holds up a fist. And then he like runs.
He socks
out.
Mr. Krabs in the face because Mr. Krabs trying to stop him from leaving.
And then you hear Mr. Krabs' little like feet running like as he runs to the Krusty. Yeah, exactly. As he runs to the Krusty Krab, and he runs out the front door of the Krusty Krab, holds up like one of his claws, and goes, "You're fired, SpongeBob!" I mean,
he says, "SpongeBob, don't you ever come back here, boy!" And SpongeBob says, "I don't need that job anymore. I need my Gary."
Yeah, exactly.
And so he and Patrick, who is still naked, mind you, run back to his house and go underneath the pineapple, where SpongeBob stores large amounts of firearms because he has a right to bear arms. They're all spatula themed. They're all spatula rifles.
They go back up to SpongeBob's house and his second floor, and they're discussing their plan to find Gary. And then all of a sudden, the phone rings, and it's his classic phone. Ding-a-ling-ding. And he picks up the phone.
And who would be speaking?
Only but Liam Neeson.
And he says, "Hello, SpongeBob.
You're looking for your pet."
I meant right now you're looking for Gary. Because he's Irish, right?
Yes, he is Irish.
He's going, I meant right now you're looking for Gary, aren't you? So he goes, if you ever want to see your precious snail again, you're going to come to this address with as much money as you can possibly get. And he says, "Oh God, I should have stayed at the Krusty Krab."
And the address turns out to be a Wetzel's Pretzels.
Oh my God, we're going back to Wetzel's.
No, what if it's a chum bucket?
Oh,
It's the chum bucket.
Chum bucket's the chum bucket.
No, it's actually Plankton who answers the phone, and he's like, "Hello, SpongeBob. I have Gary, and I'm going to make him into chum." He's like,
unless you give me the Krabby Patty.
He says that. He said, unfortunately,
unless you steal from me the Krabby Patty.
It's a heist. It's a heist. It's all just Ocean's 11. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's Ocean's 11 with SpongeBob, and Sandy's the gadget person.
Oh
my God, we're geniuses! Hollywood, hire us now. We're gonna burn down someone's house.
That'd be great.
Okay,
I want to make some money.
So anyway,
Hollywood, for every day we are not signed by you and by some production company, a hospital will be blown up.
Oh my
God.
So he gets a call from Plankton. He goes to the chum bucket to meet Plankton. And Plankton tells him, "SpongeBob, I need the Krabby Patty secret formula."
SpongeBob, I need the Krabby Patty secret formula.
And Karen comes out. Karen rolls out.
Karen
rolls out.
Karen comes out with a picture of Gary up on her screen, and she says, "Your snail is going to die, SpongeBob."
And Gary's like tied up in a basement.
And he's going, "Meow."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and mind you, Patrick
His shell is cracked.
His shell is cracked. He's been beaten, bloodied. and he's
He has
like,
a black
He's missing an eye.
He's a mess.
oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
He's
Gary,
like,
yeah, he keeps meowing SpongeBob's like, okay, I'll get the formula for
SpongeBob,
you.
holding back a single tear, rolls down SpongeBob's face. He says, "You bastard, give me back my snail."
And then SpongeBob hears, the real meowing from Mary. From Mary, yeah.
Gary.
From
Gary.
Gary in the corner, from down the, from
He
the
says,
basement.
"Where is my snail?"
And and SpongeBob just doesn't care at this point, and he just starts running where he hears the sound. He's just running through the jungle.
But before
Gary.
he can make it, Patrick grabs him and suplexes him onto the ground and says, "I'm sorry, buddy, but it looks like it's over for you."
Oh my gosh.
It turns out Patrick was a part of this the whole time because it turns out that Plankton promised him all the chum he could eat.
Oh, and Patrick's a hungry boy.
So SpongeBob's running now. Patrick is standing there next to Plankton,
Yeah, because
So
they're
now,
And Karen comes rolling after SpongeBob. Her she
With her
grows
robotic
arms
Oh,
and
yeah.
She
has
has
a
robotic
firearm
arms.
and a
Big
machete.
guns.
And
Yeah.
she
He
transforms
turns into a
tank.
giant mech,
Yeah.
controlled by Plankton. He's like, "Don't you run from me,
Yeah, exactly.
SpongeBob."
Plankton's
my
sitting
God.
on the top of it.
And when all seems lost, Mr. Krabs comes in with an M16.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
And he says, "SpongeBob, get down, me boy!" And he just mows down everyone. It's a scene of just blood and fish guts and computer parts from Karen. And he says, "SpongeBob, me boy, I knew this would happen." He said, "I'm sorry I was so mean to you, me boy."
But it turns out Mr. Krabs actually missed everyone, and
No, he missed Patrick because Patrick's just a tank.
but
And Patrick comes and he punches through Mr. Krabs' shell and rips out his crab heart.
oh my god. And
Yeah.
And starts eating the meat.
Okay, whoa!
I'm kidding.
then then Plankton takes SpongeBob hostage because Pearl is there, and she now needs to avenge her father.
Pearl, this is where we
Pearl busts in
Pearl-
I'm here.
Pearl busts in, and since whales naturally eat freaking plankton and all that, she's like,
Yeah.
now it's time for nature to take its course, and then she goes and murders plankton and eats
But
him.
it cuts to live footage of an actual documentary.
It cuts to a documentary, just a whale with just sitting with Baleen.
Just Animal Planet. It's
Yeah.
just made just to Animal
and then over it is just plankton screaming, just going,
And David
Yeah.
Attenborough stick, and now we see the blue whale.
Yeah.
Eat the
and
plankton.
SpongeBob busts in downstairs and he sees Gary going "Meow," with duct tape over his mouth, going and SpongeBob saves Gary.
And then he rips off the tape and realizes Gary was a robot the entire time.
Oh.
Dun dun dun!
my.
Gary was a mannequin the whole time,
Yeah.
dude. It's just a mannequin, another
And then
mannequin.
it comes alive and it somehow summons other robotic Garys.
Okay, stop. We're
And
getting
it's-
too far fetched here.
No.
No, this is good.
This is
This
good.
is good.
And then it's an army of Garys attacking you. You have no idea which one is the real Gary, or even if the real Gary.
And you have to
is there.
take down the real Gary if you want all the other ones to fall.
Oh.
Oh my god, guys! I think we just wrote the third SpongeBob.
I think and it ends on a cliffhanger and says "to be continued."
And then David Hasselhoff shows up.
Yeah.
It ends with David Hasselhoff showing up. It's like, did someone call? And then it just goes to black and says, "To be continued."
But he
Exactly.
does a bit where he knows that he's been in the movies, and he's like, yeah, they paid me for the third movie, so I guess I'm here. And
I mean, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
he was.
Yeah. Remember how
I don't.
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord was like, when I was younger, since I didn't have a dad, I said it was David Hasselhoff and he was off making a movie or writing an album or something.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
And at one point, when he actually meets his real dad, he's like this weird planet dude. He's like this weird alien, and he turns into David Hasselhoff at one point when he's yelling at him. He's like, I wanted to be anything you wanted, and he turns into David Hasselhoff. He's like, am I not good enough for you? Because it turns out that he's a sociopath or something. David Hasselhoff is a god though. David Hasselhoff can do no wrong.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. There you go.
Who,
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger cheated on his wife, but that's beside the point.
I mean, so
Bill Clinton.
Dr.
I mean,
Seuss.
but Bill plays the sax, so he kind of makes up for it. I mean,
Dr. Seuss wrote The Cat in the Hat too. So
I mean, yeah.
You can get away with pretty much
I
anything.
mean, J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah, and she I don't know
Yeah,
what she
she's-
did.
That's all.
But she's just really annoying on Twitter.
She kind of is annoying on Twitter, never mind.
Well, yeah, she keeps posting like the weird crap. It doesn't make any sense.
She does. She does.
I mean, you don't see freaking like J.R.R. Tolkien's like grandson or something saying, no, Frodo and Sam were gay the entire time. You guys just didn't see it. Tolkien.
Oh my goodness, Griffin! You know what's going on?
I think we've gone over an hour.
I think the podcast is ending.
I
I think we're drowning. I think
Oh no!
the room is filling with water.
No, it's hot in here. It's uncomfortable,
sign
and
out,
I
guys.
honestly cannot stand.
I just want to say, yeehaw. Howdy.
Yeah, this has been the
This has been a great
Dysfunctional
podcast. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Special guest
Thanks
Sarah.
to Sarah for coming. I don't think I can talk to her for any longer without killing myself, so we should end the podcast.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Great time.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.